everybody. Welcome to this week's Wisdom Wednesday. I am Kristen Gear. I am the Director of Information for BNI Arizona. My responsibility is to help all of you with anything BNI related. So if it's BNI Connect, BNI University, anything systems based, anything BNI related really. If you have questions, I am here to help. And every single Wednesday, I provide a weekly education video on this Facebook page, and it counts for one chapter education unit. So thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to also share this on your chapter pages. That way, if members in your chapter aren't on this Facebook page, they'll also be able to see this video, so that way they can also benefit from getting that one chapter education unit. And these videos are always great information, and I usually keep them be under about 15 minutes in length. So they're really short, and today I want to go over a topic that I've gotten a lot of questions about lately, and that's the growth coordinator. So how many of you have been assigned the growth coordinator in your chapter for this upcoming year? And growth is so important, and it actually ties right in with the video I posted earlier today from Tim Roberts with all of the upcoming awesome stuff that's happening with BNI around the world. So I wanted to touch base on a couple different things. So we do have a lot of events coming up around town. Tomorrow is our East Valley Mixer. So those of you who are in the East Valley, the information is on the BNI Arizona calendar. Just go to bniarizona.com, click on the calendar link, and then you'll be able to see that information. Also coming up this month, on the 21st, it's networking and cigars, and that is going to be at Torch Cigar Bar over in High Street from 5 to 7 on the 21st. So that information is also on the BNI Arizona calendar, as well as the contact information if you have more questions about that. But get out and network, guys. Go and check out and network with all the members around town. That's what BNI is about, all about building relationships. So go out and meet some new members. And it ties in with growth, right? So when you guys are out building relationships with members in other chapters, that also helps with your growth in your chapter, because you never know when a chapter might have an opening in a position that you guys have open. If there's duplicate people from that specific chapter, let's share the love, guys. So for those of you who are in chapters, and you have multiple people fighting over a position, if that number 2, number 3 visitor are amazing people and do qualify to be a wonderful BNI member, please let us at the BNI office know, so that way we can find them a BNI home. You can contact myself or Barbara Fleury, who is our chapter placement specialist. Say that 10 times fast. But please connect with us, myself and Barbara, if you have those people that aren't able to get into your chapter but do need a BNI home. We're happy to help them find a home. And growth coordinators, your responsibility is to help promote growth within the chapter. So there is one misconception that I've heard a lot lately, that it's the growth coordinator's job to bring in all the visitors. No. It's not the growth coordinator's job to bring in all the visitors. If that were true, then the Power of One report would only be heavy on visitors for that one growth coordinator, right? But on the Power of One report, it is on everybody's list that to get in the green in that visitor column, each member needs at least one visitor per month on average to be in the green in that section. So the whole job of the growth coordinator is to create events that promote growth within the chapter. So they're the ones that are going to work side by side with the leadership teams to coordinate your open business days, your chapter events. So your chapter events team is separate. So the chapter events team is going to be the one coordinating the events outside the chapter meeting, so they can actually correspond with the growth coordinators as well, so that way you can all make sure that it all coincides with one another. So growth coordinators, make sure to connect with the leadership teams of when they want to set up open business days, or what we used to call visitors days, because we want to create either themes around them. A lot of chapters have created games and contests around their open business days, so get creative with it. Have fun. There is a chapter marketing manual. So all of our leadership team members went to our chapter success orientation, and with that, they received the thumb drive with all of the leadership team goodies on it. So if you are a leadership team member or one of the support team members that also attended that chapter success orientation, on that thumb drive is an amazing chapter marketing manual, which the growth coordinator information is right inside it. So please make sure to check that out. If you are the growth coordinator and you didn't attend the chapter success orientation, get together with one of your leadership team members so that way they can send you the manual and the information so that way you can read up on it. There's amazing stuff in that manual along with some of the responsibilities for growth coordinator. So it actually breaks it down to what you should do before, during, and after each week's meeting. And it's super, super simple, guys. So just making sure, especially like during the meeting, briefing the chapter on the upcoming chapter events. Super easy. So as long as you coordinate with the leadership team to make sure that you have all the details together, make sure that you coordinate some events. We suggest at least one open business day per quarter, so 4 per year. Not a lot of events, but get creative. We have one of the biggest things around growth right now is creating balance in the chapter to create equal opportunity for success with the members. And what I mean by that is our contact spheres, so our power teams. We want to make sure that there's balance across those power teams so that way each member of the power team has that equal opportunity of success in the chapter because they're going to have that same amount of contacts with one another. So what some of our chapters did last year is they based those open business days around the contact spheres that had the least amount of members. So that way you were focusing on the key categories for that specific contact sphere to build that up. So that way that power team or that contact sphere will then have more members. So that way those members that are already in your chapter will definitely feel the love and getting more contacts in the chapter. So when you're planning that event, the best thing to do is to connect with that contact sphere or power team and check to see what top categories that they're looking for. The more you get the chapter members involved, the easier it becomes, I promise you. So let's get creative, growth coordinators. Let's create some amazing events. As you guys start to plan your open business days for your chapters, please make sure to email me the date that you guys are going to have it. That way I can put it on the BNI Arizona calendar. A lot of our visitors are checking out that BNI Arizona calendar for upcoming events that they can go and visit. So please make sure to get me that information because that's added visibility for your chapter that you wouldn't have had otherwise if we don't get that event on the calendar. So in recap, growth coordinators, it is not your job to bring in all of the visitors. It's a chapter's responsibility, every member, to bring in visitors, but growth coordinator is the one coordinating the events, putting all of the details together for those open business days, whether it be themes, different prizes, different contests, all of those details are done by that growth coordinator. So if you have any more questions about the growth coordinator role, check out the manual. So get together with your leadership team member so that way they can forward you that chapter marketing manual that's on the thumb drive from the chapter success orientation. And that way you can look through it all. It gives you a lot of great details and ideas of different open business days, different events to plan for the chapter. And if you have any other questions, also get together with your director of your chapter because they also have seen some great ideas of what has worked around the valley. So that is today's education, guys, all around the growth coordinator because growth is key. Let's end 2019 with a bang and we're gonna launch right into 2020, guys. So have a wonderful rest of your week and I will see you guys all next week. Take care.